fucks me up. I'm gonna leave it like that. Oh, okay.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Everybody in the club.
He never
gonna
does a
do
mic
what you
check
do.
anymore.
Everyone's getting anxious
Good.
in chat. He knows. He's
There
got
you
the
go.
levels.
Except when you started your stream today and your mic was muted.
I didn't select. Okay, now we're good. Now I see the charting. All right.
Dude, he did the same thing.
Hello,
bro.
everyone. It's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 analysis. These are going to be the coverage of episodes 7 and 8. The introduction of a man who is not named in the episode. And I kind of spoiled that for the guys. No worries.
Spoiler.
Not a big deal.
I mean,
Not a
we
big
knew.
deal.
We knew.
And
We had an
I
idea.
didn't know.
Caliber did not know.
Cal
He's the
actually
only one who
Genuinely
didn't
didn't know.
Nope.
No,
know.
he
He
didn't.
didn't know. I spoiled that for him.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
But you know what? It
He's
just
not sorry.
I think it's better content
Strike one.
if we just call him who he
Strike one.
who he is. And then of course episode 8, Akaba's Himika, the introduction really of her, the Leo Dual
Chairwoman.
School, the LDS Trio introduction, and we have kind of a little bit of a mini tournament, if you will, to see what's going to happen to the Yugioh Dual School. So really, really cool stuff. We got some great conversations ahead. Before we begin, I believe Pete, there's a chance Pete will be joining us in like 30 minutes. He's at PT, yeah.
There's a chance.
There's a chance, so hopefully
You
he
said
can.
no.
Did he say no?
Oh no! Wait, you might be right.
No, I think he said-
sorry.
I think
no,
he
he
said
said there's a
maybe.
chance.
Yeah,
He said there's a
I think he
chance.
said
He
maybe.
did say- That's my bad.
No, you're good. Calibro, how are you doing today, my man?
Doing pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, dude. I'm literally doing great. Nick T, how are you doing?
Great.
Dude, I'm doing excellent tonight.
Good, man. And
No, I'm doing
Dredge.
good. I'm doing good.
I'm lost in the sea. I'm lost in the sea, man.
Excellent.
Lost in the sea.
I'm lost in the
in the
sea.
sea.
Well, I am doing well. I hope everybody watching is doing well. I hope you guys are having a good Wednesday, a good middle of the week. This podcast, of course, always serving kind of as that hump day. You're through most of the week, and you just have Thursday, Friday, easy enough. Before we get to that big, beautiful weekend, huge thank you to everybody that donated last episode when we talked about episodes 5 and 6. Huge thank you to Dark Emperor J, Axel Hero, Sean Gilbride, Ice Aiden, Colin Cleaves, Thatman666, Ngoos, Pick Rick, Fwee Weep, and Electric Kevin. Huge thank you to everybody there. If you are interested in donating and is never requested or expected, of course, you will have your message automatically read and discussed whether it pertains to the show or not. Two ways to do it. The link in the description. We do get a much larger percentage from that link. We get about 95% of donations through the link, or the feature right
the
here
link
on
donor.
YouTube, the super chat feature, which also definitely supports the channel. So either way you're comfortable, it doesn't matter. If you do anyway, it is incredibly appreciated. Never expected. I am just grateful that you are here making us a part of your Wednesday nights, Thursday mornings, wherever you are in the world. We're going to start with episode 7. I know 7 and 8 have a little bit of interconnection, but I want to start with episode 7. Well, actually, you know what? Before we get to the individual episodes, you can see I thought this one through. Nick T, I'll go to you. How are you feeling about Arc 5 overall now with a little bit more world building that we saw here in episode 7 and 8?
I'm really liking it. I'm really like I feel kind of like invested in the story that they're building here, and I kind of like that it's a bit of a not I don't want to say a slow burn, but like they haven't. We're 8 episodes in, and they really haven't given us any info on like exactly what's going on here, and I really like that. Like this slow burn of introducing characters and building the world around us has been a really fun journey, especially with the character and the unnamed character that we met the past couple episodes, who I think is really cool. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it a lot, and I'm enjoying the duel style as well, like the action duels and all that good stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. Dredge, 2 more episodes. These to me always, when I look back at Arc 5, especially episode 7, episode 7 to me was a bit of a turning point with Arc 5 where I was enjoying it. Episode 7, I was like, wow, they just added a whole new layer here. I am now really invested in this storyline. Dredge, what were your thoughts here coming out of 7 and 8?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree with you. It's as I've said, it's been good, not great so far. Just because again, you have to build characters up. But meeting this character, the mystery, seeing him XZ summon, kind of the aura that he has, and then again in episode 8, getting to see Akaba Reiji, another character that we wanted more of. So like it's right, like as we were asking at the end of episode 6, what we wanted to see. Plot development, more Akaba Reiji. We get both those things. We're introduced to a new character of Akaba Reiji's mother, who's the chairwoman of LDS, it sounds like. Not the president, though, I believe, right? She's the chairwoman, not the president. I don't think we've met the president of LDS yet, which obviously that'll be more important. I will say, to add on to Pete isn't here. Pete was someone who thought Sora was a little sketchy. Sora in the 8 specifically, I think was sketchy again. Once there was a duel, he had like that look on his face again, like he's up to something.
He's always got that look on his face.
He does have that look.
But he mixed the ice cream so innocently in episode 8.
That's true.
Yeah,
it was fun.
That didn't help his case.
Okay.
That was him. He was trying to fake you out. Did not do a good job.
All right, that's fair.
And then we get this 3-on-3 duel. It sounds like, or it's just 3 solo duels. I think it's gonna end up being 3 single duels if I had to guess.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm excited to see where that goes. We have an XZ specialist, a synchro specialist, and a fusion specialist. So really excited that we're, as someone who plays Master Duel and sees different Sun mechanics go on all the time, it's going to be fun to see each one, in a show that they weren't originally started in. So excited to see that. The best at the end, though, I have to say, Akaba Reiji got way too much freaking hair because his hoodie is just like 3 feet above his head. Like, you see him in disguise at the end of 8, and I'm looking at him like, this is the most obvious. Like, clearly this guy is like looks so sketchy. Like, what are we doing?
What do you think he's
his
up
hood's
to?
Up here.
What do you think he's up to at the end? He ends episode 8. What do you think he's up to?
Yeah, I mean, I could think of one or two things. He's either going to Yugioh school to see something like that, or to like almost undercover watch the duels or something like that. But I could be wrong. We'll kind of see. I feel we'll talk more about that later. But yeah, overall 7 and 8 we're better than the first 6 just because now we're building it up. So I'm very excited to see where it goes. Excited to see these next duels, and more Akaba Reiji, more now spoiled but had an idea Yuto, who did look a lot like Yuya. I think we'll talk about that obviously, but clearly was not Yuya. So we'll see kind of how that goes.
Yeah, no, very cool. And of course, we'll get into the specifics. I'm interested to touch on the XZ summoning, which not brand new to people like Nick T and Calibur, because it was featured in Vrains to a degree, but obviously it will be, as you can probably assume, featured much more frequently in Arc 5 from the early get-go, versus how it was in Vrains. But Calibro, are you kind of in agreement with Nick T and Dredge here, 7 and 8, just continuing to build out this world for you?
Yeah, honestly, after I watched episode 7, I was like, all right, I'm here. Like, I'm good. Yeah. I'm ready to watch the show. Like, I felt like it was a turning point, at least in my head. Like, all right, there's stuff going on, and this is just like another added like plot line. And this early on, like adding more characters, and then in episode 8, you add Reiji's mother, and like they keep adding on these characters who have at least this image now of like, mystery, or like in Reiji's mom's case, like a villainous personality. Like you're getting all these people in here, and I think they're doing a good job of it. Like I think these 2 episodes really kind of brought me in more.
Yeah, cool. Nick T, obviously we got to talk about your boy Shingo. I remember there were a few people that when it happened in episode 7, they said he got frame mugged, right? Yuto comes into the warehouse and just completely blows him away in this duel. What were kind of your perceptions on Shingo?
I wouldn't say. I mean, he was definitely mogged for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know about frame mogged. But because but anyway, yeah, I am so on the fence about Shingo. Because obviously he's a scumbag. Obviously he's not like an actual great duelist. But like I don't know. I think he's really funny. Like, I think that this charming Chad character, who's also like a spoiled rich daddy's boy who fakes his injuries.
Oh, and, that father that pissed me. Oh gosh.
Yeah, whose dad sucks. And also like has cool cards that he can play well, but also like is just really not a great duelist and keeps losing. He's like just a character of parallels, and I think he's so funny. So like I like him.
Yeah, sure. Cal, what did
He's
you
full.
think?
He's full of contradictions.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, and you know what? You see that in his deck too, right? Like he's using a different deck in this episode. That might be something that is kind of consistent with him. We'll see. But full of contradictions. That's a good way to sum him up. Cal, what did you think of Shingo in these 2 episodes?
So I feel like he's easy to just dislike.
Yeah.
Because as Nick T was saying, like he's kind of cocky, even though he's not good, and like he thinks he's the man, but like he has these basically a posse of cheerleaders walking around behind him, like hyping him up. Like I don't know. You said that I was Shingo, so I feel like I have to like him. But,
I never said that. I never
I remember
said
we
that.
said that. How messed up was that? That's so.
You've
crazy.
compared them for sure.
You have.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
And if you were comparing us just because we were both good looking, like I get that.
That's
But-
what I said.
Yeah.
That's what the only connection I saw.
Well, that was my main connection, right? I thought you guys were
Oh,
Main connection. So what were the other connections besides
Oh,
the main
boy.
one?
You
So
just-
I think the other one had to be that they were always kind of in the action, right? Shingo's always involved in the action. He's got a pretty major role to play in the story, and I feel like you're always there, and that's a good thing, by the way. It's like,
Thanks.
that hangout at Weir's, 10 years ago. Yeah, Caliber was there. I'm sure he remembers. Oh, that party at Russo's back in high school. Caliber was
Cal was
there.
definitely
He
there.
might not
Yeah,
remember
Cal-
much, but he was there.
I was there.
And so I feel like that's kind of the other comparison. Not only the good lookingness perception that they have in their own worlds,
Yeah.
but the fact that they're just involved in everything.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Good save.
Wow,
Good
that's
save,
actually a
yeah.
pretty good explanation.
that was the
Thank
best
you.
save he's had all year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's well done. Yeah, that's all I got. I
Yikes.
agree with them. I really like the episodes. I think, like I said before, after watching 7, like I watched it at lunch today at work, and I was like, yep, like I see why like the beginning of this show you've said is like really good.
Yeah. Seven's the episode for me. And like
Yeah.
if 7 is one, now there's a couple of other like really good episodes that are going to be happening over the next span. And who knows? I mean, for some of you guys, maybe for the rest of the show. Like, and by the way, I do think there are good episodes scattered even towards the
Yeah.
end parts of the show. And I think that's going to be one of my fascinating things, not as I'm like rewatching it, how I'm going to change my mind on things personally or reinforce my thoughts on things. But also how you guys are going to feel. I mean, we might leave Arc 5 where one of you guys say it's the best Yu-Gi-Oh series you've watched. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Wow.
I mean, everybody has their own opinion. So I'm not 100% sure how you guys will feel as the story goes on. And I think that's going to be fun. Not just for me. I think it'll be fun for the people watching. I think it'll be fun for you guys as well. And so, yeah, I'm very, very excited just to hear how opinions and sentiments change and develop as the story continues. Caliber, I'll keep it with you for 1 second.
Sure.
Obviously, we have an Xyz user here in Yuto. We know Yuya is going up against, an Xyz user from the LDS trio. And as Dredger already pointed out, we have an Xyz, Synchro, Fusion. How do you feel? You've got to remember, up to this show, links did not exist. So how do you feel about, like, we're only 8 episodes in, and it feels like they're really making a concentrated effort to, like, show off all of the extra deck mechanics in the game up until this point, which is different than a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh shows.
I love it. And I think it's because I haven't played the game enough to where I know exactly how all the summoning mechanics work. Like, I can figure them out from watching the show, but, like, I've never actually physically played the game to do it. So watching them kind of go one by one through them, but not in, like, a tutorial way. It's kind of like, oh, these guys specialize in this, and now you're dueling against them. It's not like, all right, guys, when you see this, what do we do? And, like, do something like that. Like, it's actually a good way to explain, like, the summoning mechanics without making it feel like a tutorial. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Dredge, you alluded to it earlier. You're the only other person here who plays Master Duel. So I would say plays the game in a at least casual way. How do you feel about it?
I like it. I think it adds variety. It keeps you on your toes as a viewer. Watching multiple Yu-Gi-Oh shows, usually you have an idea of where they're going to go. You learn a summoning mechanic, and it's used throughout the entirety of the show. Other than you could argue Vrains, which uses a lot as well. Even even DM, it's tribute. It's really just tributes, some rituals, and some fusions. Then GX, it's the primary method is fusion, which is used by almost everybody. Then we get to 5Ds, we see just synchros for the most part. Zexal, I haven't got that far, but based on what I could tell, it's mostly just XZs. There could be some rituals and maybe some fusion there. But ideally, when you have multiple mechanics and you want to advertise them all, as a just broad spectrum Yu-Gi-Oh person, I'd be like, oh shoot, this show's got all the summonings. I have to watch this. Maybe my favorite cards in it. Is this going to be an XZ? Is this going to be a fusion duel? Are they do multiple in one duel? I think it adds a lot of variety, and I enjoy it personally. I think more so because I understand them all. I think if you don't understand all the summoning mechanics, and as Cal said, they're not really doing a tutorial, which could be good or bad, because if you don't know how they work, that could be frustrating as well. But for me, I've enjoyed it. I like not knowing what's coming next. I like that we're starting it. I do know some things about this show, that we have different arcs of this show. So we'll see more of those things as we move around. But yeah, I like it. I think it's great for the show overall.
Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how I felt, when I was watching this show for the first time. I can tell you this, even as you guys were talking there, I think what they did with Arc 5 in this sense was masterful. I think it was very, very smart, and I really question why it's not something that existed in the other main game Yu-Gi-Oh shows. I can't really look at Rush because that's a separate game, but why it didn't exist in Zexal and Vrains. I mean, Vrains I know did get to most of the mechanics, not pendulums, but you've got to remember the first synchro was Revolver versus Windy. What was that, episode 73? I mean, it was it was definitely the second half of the show. The first XZs I think is in the late 70s, early 80s. So it's not like those were mechanics that exist. You had to get through a long period of time. I never understood why they were so, outside of Arc 5, hesitant showing off other mechanics, even if they didn't want it to be at the forefront early on and consistently throughout the show. Because if you're getting Yu-Gi-Oh fans or players to watch, wouldn't you want to advertise all of the different mechanics that your game has? I think the answer to that would be yes. And so I think the way that they handled Arc 5 right from the get-go, the inclusion of all the mechanics, really, really well done. And that is something where if we get a Yu-Gi-Oh 9 and it's a new Master Rule anime, I really, really hope they look at Arc 5 and say, that's what we're going to do. We're showing off every single mechanic. Every single deck is going to have a theme, but it's not going to be one singular theme. And I think that would be very, very cool for hopefully another show in the future. But yeah, I mean, Nick T, I don't know if you kind of agree with me and Caliber and Dredger. I think it's a wonderful thing that they did with Arc 5.
I think it's excellent. What I really particularly like is because it's not just about Yu-Gi-Oh showing off the summoning methods, but these summoning methods, I mean, and I know it's going to appear more as the show goes along, but they've already made it pretty evident that summoning methods are integral and central to the theme of the show.
Right.
It's not just this is this show's summoning method. The various summoning methods have focuses, different focuses where it's this one hasn't been taught, or it's and I know it becomes more important, but the fact that two characters that have shown up have sort of introduced this new thing that people are not familiar with, or their focus. It's like these specialties. Everybody's got their specialty, whether it's Yu-Gi-Oh with Pendulum, unnamed character with X. It's a thing, and I think that's really cool, and I think they do a really good job with it. Sort of also, yes, it's a surprise, but they kind of ease us into it in a sense where it's they don't explain it, but they make it fairly clear what's going on with that summoning mechanic. And I can't remember exactly. I don't know if it's related to the summoning mechanic exactly, but I remember it had to be episode 4 or 5, I think, when one of the it was, I think, as the kids were the 3 young kids were watching the duel between Sora and Yuya. I forget whose card did something it must have been one of Yuya's cards used in a slightly different way than it had been the duel before, and they explained it in a way that didn't feel like I was stupid. You know, like, or like a child. They like did a little explanation as to why it worked a little different, and they moved on quick. And I'm like, cool, got it, let's go.
Yeah, no, I think they
and
did
I really like that.
Yeah, no, it's very well said. I remember that was one of the things, and I'm always trying to think of how I felt when I was first watching this show that I really liked, and that was certainly different than 5Ds and Zexel, and of course ended up being different than in Vrains, where like we got all these mechanics early on, like that's awesome, love that.
Yeah.
And that they were integral to the story, which is a great part that you brought up, a great point that you brought up. Calibro, Yuto, I mean, listen, I spoiled the name for you. It is what it is. That's all right. I just
unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, you would have learned it at some point anyway. Obviously,
I would have learned the ending of Game of Thrones though. Watch those.
Well, that's fair. Obviously, the most.
Oh wow! Wait! I gotta interrupt.
What? Oh,
we got a crazy donut.
Oh my god!
I gotta interrupt. My bad.
Did I miss that?
Rubens, dude, it's been a while. Listen, you know what, dude? I sometimes get like emotional and sentimental whenever I see like old names. Rubens I know is like a big lurker, and the one thing that I have to say, I always say shout out to the lurkers, right? We'll have 50, 55, 60 people watching, and there will maybe be
we love our lurkers.
20 active people in chat. That means, 70% of people watching are lurking. And I never know with lurkers if they're still lurking, you know what I mean? And that always makes me, that's why I always get like very, emotional whenever I see an old name, because I'm like, I'm so happy that this person who's been so kind to me and has changed my life still watches. Rubens, I'll read it. Thank you for the $200 donation. If we can get some hearts and hypes in chat for Rubens. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for using the link. Hey, Dylan and everyone, it's been a while, but just know I'm still here lurking and enjoying the videos. Yeah, no, he's a lurker, man. The guy cracks me up. Thank you so much, Rubens. I know things are rough.
Yeah.
With no Yu-Gi-Oh! 9. But keep going and keep up the good work. There's lots of people like me still lurking and watching you. Thank you so much, dude. Man, I never really have words whenever I get a very, very generous donation like that. But thank you guys for all the hearts and hypes in chat for Rubens. Rubens is someone who has been, I mean, that's a name that I'm sure the three of you recognize instantly.
Of course.
Because I feel like every few months or every once a year they just do a massive donation, and it just it just blows my mind. Thank you, Rubens. You know what, I honestly needed to hear that more than you probably realized, because things have been tough. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about it. Things absolutely have been tough. With no new series, not just for me, but I'm sure for the guys here as well. We miss doing the Wednesday night shows covering a new Yu-Gi-Oh! We hope that this fills the void. I'm having a lot of fun with it early on. I hope the guys are enjoying the new show to them.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna keep trying to make the best content we can, Rubens. And listen, this is not what you want to hear, but I'm gonna say it. 302 days until Jump Festa. And you just don't know, man. You just don't know. Rubens, I actually have a big copium video coming out tomorrow about why Yami Yugi being on a booster set pack, Chaos Origins, could be a sign that maybe we will get a DM reboot. Now, I say at the beginning of the video, it is a massive, massive copium take, but it does kind of give those vibes, right? I mean, maybe a little bit. First time in 20 years on a pack cover. First time in 20 years. We'll say, Rubens, thank you so much, my man. Fun discussion video tomorrow, because that's all that's left. People say, what are you doing? You're making a video like that? That's all that's left. What else is left? I mean, seriously. If not for these sorts of discussion, what else is left? At that point, pack up the channel, delete it, move on. We're not doing that, man. We're hanging out. We're going to keep chilling, and we're going to keep hoping, and we're going to, do what we can. Rubens, hopefully it's entertaining for you. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you. Helps me out tremendously. Much love to you, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, wow, awesome
Hell yeah,
stuff.
dude, that's crazy. That's
I was not expecting
Thank
that.
you, Rubens. Appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it was
No,
it was
thank
locked
you.
on
Oh,
my
that's
eyes,
worth it.
For
Yeah.
those sorts of donations, always interrupt,
Yeah.
please. Thank you guys, which you guys always do very well with. So thank you. Appreciate you so much, Rubens. Yeah, I'm trying to think where we
You were gonna ask Cal
Yuto.
something. I don't know what it
I was
was.
gonna ask, and
Yeah,
Rubens
about Yuto.
again. Rubens, thank you so much. I was gonna ask Cal about Yuto. Spoiled his name, a man in mystery. I mean, what did you make of him?
So I thought he was very interesting. It was very cool, kind of how he just came in here, and odd that he just kind of went in and protected Yuzu. Kind of felt like he felt like he knew her, and she had no idea who he was. Then she thought he was Yuzu, and Yuya, and was like, it was kind of all over the place. Like nobody knew who he was, but they just thought he was Yuya for some reason. Like even looking at them, I don't think they look that similar.
No, that was always a meme during Arc 5 that like they really don't look similar, and everybody thought that. Yeah.
Like if it was the exact same face design with different hair, okay, like you got me there, like I can see it.
No,
like,
but it was definitely different. Yeah.
They pull it down and they're like Yuya, and then you see the person, and I just was like, no, that's not Yuya. Don't worry. But no, definitely interested, and like I said, just that whole episode really kind of got me locked in for what's to come. So.
Yeah, no, I think it sets the stage, and now like it was always up until like episode 6. It's all like I remember my thought was like I want more Reiji, I want to see Reiji, I want more Reiji, and then you get this character, and then you get episode 8. It's like okay, now I want more Reiji, and I want more of this guy. So whenever you can add more characters like that to a show that drive up general intrigue and just like anticipation, waiting for them to make a move again, I think it's a really good sign. Dredge, we've got 3 duels coming up. This LDS trio, as they're kind of known as. How do you think this is gonna like play out between our Yugioh duelists here? Yuya, of course, leading the way. How do you forecast this playing out, man?
I think it's going to be your typical, you win the first one, you lose the second one, or in a case of you lose the first one, then win the next 2. I'd have to assume if it is true that obviously Yuya is going first, I think Yuya wins. I think Yuzu loses, and I think Sora comes in as your closer and locks it in. I'm not sure if they're going to want the mirror match of Fusion versus Fusion for Sora. I am 50. I think Synchros are a better matchup against Fusion than Fusion on Fusion personally, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it's going to, whenever it's a best 2 out of 3, I think you do a disservice to win 2-0. Almost in every show or anime that I've watched, Haikyuu is one that does a lot of best of 3 sets. It's very rare that a team wins the 2 sets and in the first 2 and that's it. Takes away from plot, takes away from storytelling. So I do think we're gonna get the 3 duels and we will see all 3 characters duel. And unfortunately, I just think Yuzu will take the loss. Now, is it possible that Yuya takes a loss early on? I mean, I think you could do that.
But what if Yuzu's the closer? You don't think there's any chance Yuzu's the closer?
If Yuzu's the closer, I will eat my words on this podcast in 7 days. I'm pretty confident I won't be doing that, but if I am wrong, I have no problem eating my words on that one,
and
especially
let me say this to interrupt you. Next week, we are covering 9, 10, and 11, which will, of course, cover the entirety of this best of, just to reveal
I definitely can't wait to watch them before Wednesday night. I have to watch those beforehand then. All right, cool. Yes, that'll be good. We'll see all 3. So I presume each episode is a duel. So that's exciting.
Yep.
Should be fun to see. I mean, I don't think Yuzu closes. I could be wrong. I mean, hey, maybe I am, but I am excited to see, how the Synchro specialist, the XZ specialist, the Fusion specialist duels. And I want to see how much trouble these duels are for our characters. Is it, going to be one of those like nail biters, or we can kind of feel pretty comfortable the whole time. So,
any chance they lose the school, Dredge?
Come on.
I mean,
it's a non-Z, as Calibro would say. It's a non-zero.
Akuma Reiji's on his way. He's on his way for something.
Yeah, I don't think them getting the school without it being a agreed upon merge. Like, for example, they already did your first little fake out where it was like, if Sora loses, Yuya and Sora can't be the apprentice. Now Sora's the best friend, right? So, excuse me, there are ways, plot holes you can do in the wording. With this case, unless Yugioh School wanted to join with LDS, I don't think that's going to happen. Akuma Reiji, I really do hope we see a lot of him in these next 3 episodes. I'm more hyped for when we finally see Akuma Reiji duel. That just with this man's aura already, if there was a
staggering
Arc 5 deck I was gonna make, as of right now, I would probably be leaning to make Reiji's, even without knowing what it is, just to be like, hey, I got Akuma Reiji deck. I'm hoping it's
that's
not
the kind of
I'm
aura
purposely
he has.
Yeah, he's again. I have argued that there are just some characters, some of these Yu-Gi-Oh shows that have that Himothy in them, and he so far has been one. So yeah, I just really hope. I'm purposely not looking at Dylan as I talk right now, in case he is smiling or laughing about Akuma Reiji's deck, because I don't want any spoilers on what it is. I have no idea what it is, which actually is pretty cool. So we'll see that hopefully, but I hope we don't have to wait too long. I would love to see him duel. Hopefully, I would hope before episode 15. Are they still doing episode 13 episode arcs at this point? Is that technically the thing?
No.
No, it's not a thing. Okay, so then
Just
maybe
Sevens
it'll be
and Go
later.
Rush had that, yeah.
Just Sevens and Go Rush. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm excited. Yeah. Akuma Reiji is him. These 3 duels will be fun to see, and the LDS trio, we'll see what they're really all about.
Your order is Yuya, Yuzu, Sora. That's the order
That is
of
correct.
your prediction?
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, if I
Yuya's
had
a
to
given.
pick-
I mean, he's a given.
Yeah, now if I had to pick the other 2, based on that information, I really don't think, especially what we just talked about, you're introducing all the new summon mechanics early on in the show. I don't think you want a mirror match in the final, which is fusion versus fusion. So I'm going to say the second duelist will be the fusion duelist for the LDS trio, and the third duelist for the LDS trio will be the synchro duelist. That's also what, if we need to make actual predictions.
Okay, yeah. Cal, Nick T, I mean, any disagreements there with the order or how this plays out? I mean, this is a big little mini arc coming up right here for our team.
I agree with how Dredder thinks it's going to play out. Part of me is hoping that it doesn't play out like that.
Of course.
What I'm hoping is actually 2 things. There's
Okay.
2 separate routes that I would love this show to take, and that's Yuya win, Sora lose, and then have a nail biter of a third duel with Yuzu, who might surprise us, because we haven't really seen her do like a full duel yet, have we?
No, I mean, she dueled Yuya, but that was a very performative duel.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But she won.
And she won.
And which she won.
That's my
I
issue.
would love
too.
to
She
see her like
already won a duel.
she has already won a duel, but
Gallop
like
girl.
it's performative. Like I would love to see her like show up, like step up to the plate and like win like a serious duel and be like, whoa, like I thought they were gonna lose it for sure. I don't know. But the other route is with something that to your question to Dredger, that maybe they do lose the school. Maybe that's not a permanent thing. Like right now, there's some serious sentimental value to the school. Yugioh founded it, disappeared, and now Yuzu's father is the principal, I guess. I don't know what you would call him.
Some goofy title.
But having this small school that even in like a reality thing, like sort of getting bought out or acquired, like this is like a reality of small private schools or like small businesses. By like this is a thing that happens, and I think seeing that play out in the show that way, and then the Yugioh school trying to fight to regain, either start a new school like with their own thing or like to fight for their school to regain control, I think would be an interesting route following if they were to lose.
Cool. Yeah, no, I love it. Cal, your predictions going into this matchup.
So I think similar to Dredger, I think it's going to go Yuya, Yuzu, and then Sora. I think it's going to go win, loss, win. And I think it would be actually kind of cool where it's like they don't know that Sora uses fusion mainly, and it is a fusion on fusion. So then like he gets the advantage because he kind of knows how the other guy is playing or whatever with the fusion summoning, and that's how, he gains his advantage or whatever, and then proves himself to be like part of their team even more. And maybe Yugioh will accept him as his friend one day, just so that he can probably break his heart later on. But I think similar to Dredge though, win loss win.
Cool. Yeah.
And Yuzu not being the closer, unfortunately.
It would be. I will say this. I mean, if she wins here, and it is the closer in Nick T's hypothetical, what a start! Beating the protagonist episode 2 and being the game 3 winner potentially here in this
I
matchup.
think it'd be cool.
It would be. I mean, we'll see what happens. Which will be very, very exciting. Trying to think if there was anything else that was notable. I mean, you have Akiba Reiji talking to his mom, in an interesting-ish scene there. Before we move on to any donations or super chats that we might have, was there anything else that kind of caught your attention from a mystery point of view or a point of intrigue? I'll put it like that. In these 2 episodes, Nick T, anything?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
Sure, of course. Yeah, was there anything that stood out to you from a point of intrigue from either of these 2 episodes? And by intrigue, just I maybe you're theorizing something was said that you thought was notable, something like that.
I mean, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially 7, I feel like. Especially
yeah.
7.
I mean, having just because they haven't introduced him, I'm just gonna. It's for sake of the ease. I'm just gonna refer to him as Yuto because.
Yeah, just refer to him as you. It's fine.
Okay.
As who he
first
is,
of all,
because he spoiled it. Yeah.
Him recognizing Yuzu and then he said something really mysterious about not hurting
I don't
her
want to
anymore.
hurt you again or hurt her anymore. Yeah.
Right.
And then
Yep.
her getting these flashes. She didn't see anything. They don't show us her seeing anything, but she kept flashing. And that was odd. He disappeared into thin air. His moves had his monsters had actual real world effects, even though there's no action duel taking
vision,
place.
right, solid vision action.
No solid vision
Yeah.
taking place. I mean, Yuto is right now the most interesting thing this show has to offer by far. I mean, it is wild.
I remember I was like, how chilling of a line is that? I don't want to hurt you again. And Yuzu has no idea who the hell this guy is. How chilling of a line. A lot.
Yeah, it was sick as hell.
It was a sick line.
Another
I mean,
thing.
Judge.
Yuzu's had a bracelet on and it blinked. I feel like
Yeah.
right
It did
before,
blink.
Yeah.
Right before Yuto, I think disappeared. I forget, but that was
Yep.
interesting too. I think we should keep an eye on that as well. And as Nick T said, Yuto's definitely more is arguably the most interesting character. I'd argue Akiba Reiji also is interesting, but just the cold-hearted lines that Yuto was saying, and just that look-alike to Yuya, the coming out of nowhere, disappearing, and he's also one thing we didn't talk about. He's looking for an LDS student. Clearly, he's looking for that little badge they have. He had one with him. So the question is, what LDS student is he actually looking for? Is he perhaps looking for Akiba Reiji? So there's that factor too that I'm hoping. I'm really hoping we get a Yuto Akiba Reiji interaction. I think that would be a lot of fun. So we again, as Nick T said, Yuto is the most. He's like the Dos Equis guy, most interesting man in the world. You just got to know what he's doing. You want to know.
Yeah, no, it's I just remember, and I'm smiling so much because I really do remember the feeling of so early Arc 5 and being where you guys are and looking at comments and forums and
The
being
good old days.
Yeah, right, when there was a show. Yeah, Calibro. Anything that it could be regarding Yuto, any theories, or was there maybe anything else that was not pointed out that really caught your eyes and caught your attention in this in these episodes?
So more theorizing about Yuto, there was 2 things I was thinking of. One is the bracelet I was going to bring up, that glowing and him almost basically teleporting away. And it's is there some kind of power with that? Kind of like how Yuya's pendulum has this power where he sees these images or whatever, that thing glows. And I don't know. I just feel like there's something going on with their jewelry there. And then
got swag.
the second one was if maybe Yuto and Sora are from the same place. Just because we don't really know where Sora's from.
Sure.
And kind of sus on him, and then this guy coming in and out of nowhere. Just, I don't know. I wonder if it's connected. They're probably not. That's more of a far-fetched one for me. But the actual like jewelry with the bracelet and the pendulum around his neck, those I think like that's kind of her, millennium item, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, Nick T.
There's like keywords that I remember hearing in conversations about the show that I just like can't exactly ignore.
Say it.
So bracelet girls, and I know that's
But how much?
I don't want to say too much for those who, but like, and like the show's already pointing to this. I don't want to be like, oh well, it's ruined for me because I know or like remember certain things.
We know we don't.
We don't know how we get there, but
I'm
also
you,
like the show is already currently pointing to things that I would have pieced together anyway.
Of course,
right?
of course. Well,
like
and
the
also
origin...
that's a term that I'm sure everybody here has heard me say, or
yeah,
people
exactly.
in chat say. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
I probably
boys,
heard it, but
girls.
I probably ignored it.
Yeah, you boys and bracelet girls. Okay.
You boys and bracelet girls, and right, the show is already like Yuzu's bracelet being a bracelet girls plural. There are other girls with these bracelets, also pointing in the same direction as Sora is extremely unclear as to where he's from. Yuto looks a lot like Yugioh, extremely unclear where he's from or why he recognizes Yuzu, who does not recognize him. Right? There's these things piecing together very like unfolding slowly, but piecing together quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, no, and you should be. Yeah, and the puzzle pieces, right? You have a little bit more context than somebody who is blindly watching, but it's not enough context where you know how things play out.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that makes it almost even more like tantalizing because you know a little bit where you're more interested and it makes more sense, but you also don't know enough. And that's the part that's like tricky and annoying. So yeah,
that's exactly how I'm feeling.
Yeah. So it'll be fun to continue to watch, to analyze, to theorize. What do you make of Himeka Kaba striking a deal with Shingo's father, Nick T? It's very rare we get parents discussing things, and obviously Himeka, you considered her for your top 10 mom. She did not make the cut.
Yes.
So that's why I go to you with any
honorable mention
comment about her.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought her up actually, because she is attractive in a very scary, villainous way, an extremely scary way, because she's clearly powerful, right? She holds power over. There's a lot of, and what I really liked about that interaction is like there's some like low key like politics in the show and acting like a councilman running for mayor who's trying to strike a deal with the chairman for a local like corporation dueling school is like so seedy. It's awesome. And like it's clear that she's not a stranger to this kind of deal where she's just using her leverage to like get people to do what she wants, and that's sick.
Yeah. Caliber, do you concur? As a fellow mom enjoyer, right? I mean,
What the hell, bro? Come on, man.
What? What did I say?
You said. What do you mean? What did you say? You know what you
Nick T,
said,
what did I say?
Yeah. Wait. Hey, Dill.
Oh, come on.
That can't be. No way.
No way that's
no
a tech. That's the softest tech in the
my
world.
God.
It's soft as
It's like I touched him in soccer and he threw himself to the ground. I got a yellow card. What are we doing?
I don't even know what you want me to agree
I mean,
with
the whole chat is saying
Talking about Himeka.
What? So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know talking about her, but in what way are you asking me to agree with Nick?
Well, what did you make of her character? Like, did you find her to be intimidating?
Yeah, it's politics, man. She's using money to get whatever she wants.
Let's talk politics.
Money and power, baby.
Let's we should start talking about that on the podcast. Actually,
She's like, I'll give you a favorable result at the election if you let me do this. Okay.
But that's
crazy.
But that's Nick T. That's very unrealistic, right? That kind of stuff doesn't happen.
never has ever happened ever. Yeah.
Judge, what do you make of it?
I think y'all are trolls. No. In
What?
all seriousness, I mean, you are. So that's just a true statement. But But no, when it comes to Himika Kaba, she has that, scary, villain-esque look. Well, obviously, I don't know that we'll get to see her duel. I think I'd like to. I don't believe we will. But she has that villainous, probably, again, I don't think she wears the pants in that company. I think she's just a face for the president and Akaba Reiji, who are the real, threats of LDS. I think she's a lot of talk. That's why she has her little LDS trio to come duel, and they're gonna let her down, and then she's gonna be all grumpy and sad. So she definitely has that intimidating look to her. She's mildly attractive. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, it's just she's all right, but.
All right.
So, did you hear anything I just said, or no?
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
What'd I say? Repeat it back to me.
You said that she's all right.
I mean,
Come on, dog.
technically, yeah. All right, I'll give it to you. As I just watched Dylan staring down the whole time as I'm.
No, I was.
He asks my freaking opinion.
I was trying to delete a
Meanwhile.
spoiler comment in the chat, but I didn't. I wasn't able to. I didn't have it up on my phone. I usually don't have chat up, but I'm trying to have it up a little bit. When I'm not speaking, just in case anybody
I've been trying to delete them too. There's not too many, but some people like to write stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I think people do it unintentionally.
a lot of the times I do believe it's not. They're just excited for what comes next.
Yeah, it just is what it
Sure.
is. But that's why I was looking down, but I was still half listening while I
You
was
were
trying.
struggling, dude. You were there I was yabbing for a good
It's
2
tough.
minutes there. That's crazy.
Well, I opened my phone and then the stream link, I couldn't find it on mobile, and I was like, I can't click it on
what
here
a
because
mess.
yeah, it's a mess, dude.
I'm sorry,
Oh
man.
my
I'm sorry.
God.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Do we have any
okay.
donation super chats? See how maybe people are feeling about these episodes, or just anything that's on your mind. We are always, of course, down to talk about. I also want to let you boys know, I've made this decision, and I guess I'll be letting everybody know, even though I had announced it earlier in the week. In regards to the Chronicles, I know the initial plan was for us to do the podcast when the Chronicles portion's finished. So like when Charmers finish next month in March, we would watch Charmers and then do a podcast on it. I have made the decision not to cover the Charmers in any more capacity on this channel. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up, and people that are watching that maybe were wondering about that. We're not, and things might change with that, but as of now, we're not going to be covering it on the channel. So just wanted to touch on that. But
Thank you for the update.
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, Dill. I kind of forgot that existed.
Yeah, this is more important to me, actually.
I genuinely forgot about the show.
I actually don't know if you're trolling. I feel like you are.
I'm literally not trolling because we started doing this. I completely forgot we were actually gonna do something for it.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it is what it is. No big deal. And maybe
No biggie.
my mind will change on that in the future. And if it does, I'll let you know and we'll cover it. But as of now, there's not going to be any Chronicles content on the channel here. Yeah, so just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Any super chats? Any link donations? I think I see one on the link. I'll start
You
it
have
off
the
on the
link,
link.
Yeah, start with the link.
Start
Here.
us
Dark
off.
Emperor J with the $2
Hey.
donation. Thank you, Dark
Oh,
Emperor
yeah.
J. Random late question.
Here we
I
go.
forgot to ask a romance question before Valentine's Day, so I'll ask now. Let's say your partner had a bad day. What is the first thing you'll do to make them feel better? What a nice question. So I would try to out bad day them. To try to flip the table. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah.
completely
Jesus
kidding.
What a
Christ.
Do not do that.
Uno
do not
reverse.
do
Uno
that.
Wow.
reverse.
I am completely kidding.
You thought your day was bad with you.
Yeah, right. That's yeah. No, my
That's
my
fucking
my
hilarious.
thing will always be usually I'm very lucky, and usually Ivrea does dinner, makes dinner. So my first thing will be I'll do pickup, or I'll make one of the limited meals that I'm able to make right now.
What can you cook?
Pancakes
What
for
do you
dinner.
I can make
Talk about
a good breakfast for dinner: pancakes, eggs,
Okay.
bacon. I do very well with that. And then
What else?
the Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah.
No,
I
no,
would
no. But
hope.
Kraft mac and cheese, and you get a little bit of chicken breast, and so you put some chicken breast in the mac and cheese.
How are you cooking your chicken breast?
Well, I get it. If I'm gonna do that, I'll get it pre-cooked at a Costco.
Well, honestly, wait.
Feeling.
That's
Had a feeling.
to put it in mac and cheese though. I would say that's a safe bet. I wouldn't trust
Yeah.
him putting raw chicken into Kraft.
No,
mac and
no,
cheese.
no, no. I understand what you're saying, Nick T. I mean, you could argue that making breakfast is cooking. I don't think I'd argue making Kraft mac and cheese and taking cooked chicken and putting it in cooking. But that's just my opinion. But again,
I don't know. Kraft mac and cheese
It's
is good.
preparing
How
a
about
meal.
preparing
It might not be
dinner?
yes,
cooking.
preparing.
dinner.
Okay, yes.
Preparing dinner. I will concur to that.
That's
term.
fair.
Yep.
I'll agree. I'll
like
allow
that.
preparing for dinner. Objection sustained. We're good.
Preparing dinner.
There we go. We like
So that'll be the big thing. And then, Ivrea also from time to time likes having a sweet treat if she's having a bad day. That's what she refers to it as. So I'll run out and grab like Brewster's, which is an ice cream place by us,
Yes.
and get something for her. So that's usually the thing. And then if there's any other like house related chores that she wanted to do, I'll always ask what I can do to take things off her plate. But she also knows that like if she wants to spend most of the day like in bed, in the bedroom, hanging out, like I'm never gonna like bother her about it or make her feel bad about it. So I think just, the comfort that you can give your partner about like, hey, you can be your authentic self. If you're not feeling well, like I got you, like there's no pressure on anything else. I think that comfort goes a long way, but that is my answer. I'm excited to hear the other gentlemen's answers here. Dredge, we call him experienced Dredge. We'll start with you, man.
He has to add something to it every time. No, if my wife's having a bad day, which between January and April, she's very busy. So she's really stressed. So I just try to, something that you do, I do tend to do the chores. I tend to cook, actually cook. I tend to basically, as you said, take things off her plate and always just be there for her. She likes to relax and stuff. Also, I'll bring her like all her snacks and water upstairs if she's upstairs studying. I'll just go check in on her. I know she's doing stuff. I'm like, hey, how are you? You doing okay? Just things like that. Being there for if she needs anything. Yeah, it's one of those things that not every day is a great day. Even though at the end of every show you do, deal. I hope you have an amazing day, right? Not every day is a great day, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There are ups and downs to life. There are the ebbs and flows, as they say. So just when you have a partner, your goal is the goal is for both of you to be able to provide 100%, but sometimes you can't. You got to pick up some slack, and the best thing you can do is just support your partner in any way that they feel helps them. So, yeah, just being there for Nicole when she needs me, and then I think that's all that anyone can really do. So,
Love it. Nick T.
Well, there's a few things. I mean, obviously, I completely agree with a lot of what both you and Dredger said. One thing is that, like, at least for me, and I think this sentiment applies to a lot of people, is that when like someone is like either had a bad day or is hurting in some way, your initial reaction is to not smother them, but like try to do something like either with or for them and like provide them with a lot of attention. And sometimes that's not the best thing. Sometimes you need someone who's having a bad day needs a little space. Maybe you can take something off their plate, right? Like when Nick's having a bad day, sometimes I just give her a little bit of space at first. I'll go do the dishes. I'll do this or that. Come back, prepare dinner, give her the space she needs, put on a show she likes, whatever it is that in that moment, because I think not every bad day is the same, right?
Yeah.
So I think whatever is needed in that moment is what I try to assess the best what's needed in that moment and then execute it. Sometimes it's a little bit of space at first because you don't want to smother someone who's already having a bad day. It's only going to lead to some kind of argument or like make it worse, and you don't want to make it worse, even if you're trying to make it better. But yeah, definitely. I think I fully agree with the taking things off of your partner's plate when they're going through it.
Yeah, and Cal Breezy, maybe the most important man to give this speech. What's on your mind, man?
I doubt she's watching us. So
Considering there's literally, I think 95% of the things you could do have already been said.
Yeah, you don't have much to say.
I'm gonna echo you guys here, but
Set him up for
I
failure.
do think like it's so situational. Like Nick T said, like sometimes like they just want a little bit of space to go sit down, read a book, listen to music, just kind of disassociate with everything for an hour or two. Like just let it happen. Other times it's like they're having a bad day. They just want a hug. They just want you to hold them for a couple minutes, and then it's like, all right, I feel better. Let's go have a cup of coffee, and I'll make food, whatever, making dinner, doing whatever you got to do. And then, like you said, the chores, like doing things that they normally might have to ask you for, or you might be like, yeah, I'll get to it. You just do it before it's even asked. And then that way they don't even have to look and bother about it. It's already done. And, like you said, taking things off their plate. Just make the day a little easier.
Yeah. Great question, Dark Emperor Jay. That's turned into a little dating segment there, a little dating advice, which we love. That's what, I always look forward to Dark Emperor Jay's random questions. I really do. Thank you so much, my man. I believe we also have a channel membership. Is that correct, Cal?
Yeah, but we also have a donation before that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm missing it then.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I got you.
All right.
We got a $5 donation from Sean Gilbride.
Sean Gilbride! That's right.
And before I even read this, I do want to say Sean sent me some of the pictures from the event that he went to.
Same.
I think it's like the prom thing that he went to. Awesome. Looked like such a good time,
yeah.
Sean. I hope you had a great time. And Sean said, I've still got Night to Shine very much on my mind. If you follow me anywhere, including YouTube, you can see some of my antics.
Sent it to Sean earlier because he came into my Clone Hero stream that I did earlier today and said a very similar message. I'm sure, even though it was 5 nights ago, I know that feeling. I think we've probably all, I call it post-event depression, where like you'll leave a concert or, party on Lynch Road, right? Russo. And it's just like such an amazing time. And you're like, man, does this night have to end? Does this party have to end? The sun is, the sun's coming up, big lens walking down the stairs, and you got to go. And it's like, man, I'm
literally.
Man, I don't want to leave this party, but the party is leaving you. And you're just walking back home and you're like, man, this is why we live life, man. This is why we do life, to drink Four Loco in a cold basement. And
Jesus Christ.
No, really though, and it's just an amazing memory. So I think we've all been there, right, Cal, with this post-event depression.
Yeah, when I got back from Japan, I had post-Japan depression for a few weeks for sure. So I get this. I get the sentiment.
That's similar to probably how I felt leaving Russo's a couple of.
I think that's a different kind of depression you're experiencing leaving Russo's.
No, Sean, listen, we're so happy for you, man. Keep killing it. The next one's going to be here before you know it. And Sean, use Sean as an inspiration, man. Get involved with community events. Get involved with community in general. We need more of that and less like social media. Awesome stuff, Sean. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, dude. We love that.
Yeah, I love that. Love you, man. Thank you.
Want me to read the next one, Kel?
Go ahead.
All right. We have 10 months of Raw Yellow membership from It's Mad Kuroy.
Kuroy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kuroy. The Chaz apologist. Thank you, Kuroy.
It's the men. Oh, actually, I'm not even going to say that because it's at the end of their. Another month of support. Looking forward to more content, collabs, and the GX watch along. Cheers from the #1 Menjome apologist.
Sunda.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Kuroy, for the membership. I think it's really, really cool that you have been here for 10 months supporting me in this sort of way, and it means the world. And GX watch-alongs, we will continue to watch GX. We got one tomorrow. 66 through 70. In fact, we ended the last GX watch-along yesterday with the Hell Kaiser episode. So 66, 70, we'll see so we're watching 66, we're watching 67, we're watching 68, we're watching 69, and we are watching 70. So very, very excited to see more Manjome Sunda, who, Dredge, he has joined the Whites. He has joined the Society of Light. And he
I do remember that actually pretty well.
He's now donning the white jacket. Yeah. So we'll
It is tough as hell,
Wait,
dude.
it's Sayu, right?
Sayu is the leader of that group. Now, Nick T, would you say his fit is tough to UFF?
Yeah. No, I would. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like it. I think it also looks equally like even more tough on him than it does anyone else, because like when you think of Chaz, at least when I do, I think of the black, right? I think of the black jacket, the black hair, and white is of course such a shock tone change. And at the core of GX, you have these elements, right, man? You've got the darkness, you've got the light trying to overtake the darkness. And then in the last season, you have the darkness trying to overtake everything. And it's such a beautiful thing. And you kind of have that symbolism very early on with Sayu taking Manjome as the first person that he grabs really under his control from Duel Academy after failing with Judai. This, black color character in Manjome that you think of the black hair and the black jacket transforming into the white styling. I think even like that symbolism there is really, really cool when you think about how it ties in to the overall message of the season and, of course, the balances of light and dark in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. So there's my little GX thing.
You just went off there. That was sick.
Thank you.
No, I like that. I'm like, no, like you just like went into it. I'm like, oh, he's spitting.
I mean, listen,
he's spitting.
I think a misconception people have. I think the two biggest is they think I don't like Manjome and they think I don't like Crow. And neither of those are true. I think I like both of them. No, there's no. Maybe at one point I did not like Crow like 8 or 9 years ago, but I have no problem with him anymore.
Sure.
but it's stuff like that over the last 5 years I've never been able to lose the reputation that I dislike Crow, because every time I say it, Nick T or one of you guys will be like, yeah, sure. So it almost comes off like off stream. I'm saying, oh, I can't stand Crow, dude. Crow's off, which is not at all true.
Yeah, it's more on stream that you take like sneaky little shots, and then you say, "Oh, we don't." I don't dislike the guy.
I think Yuga has become my new Crow. How about that?
That's definitely true.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And I'll preface this by saying I like Yuga. I'll look right into the camera and say it into this microphone. I like Yuga. I like
the reason you're doing this more so too is because if Pete was here, Pete would be already losing it. So. Yeah. Pete,
he'd kick your ass.
You do it purposely to troll Pete. I swear.
No, I really do like him as a character. If he had to win a duel for my survival, I'd call my mom and say goodbye. But no. You went there. So now we got to do it. You decided to go there. So now we have to do it. You know that he's clutch. It's very simple that he's clutch. Will he? No, you should have told me. If he had to like win this duel, or you're just gonna get a bruise on your arm, bro. You're getting like 12 bruises on your arm, even though it's that. But if it's actually for life or death, he locks in. He is clutch. He's the main character. That's what he does. Is he a great duelist? No. Does he win duels? He probably should. No. But when it's time for him to actually win, he locks in. And you saying that you would have to call your mom, you're full of it. That's so BS, and you know it.
Thank you for that, Dredger. Thank you.
Like, bro,
I'm glad you said it.
Tried to do that. I'm like, nah, we ain't. I gotta be the Pete of this combo.
Look,
like, there's no way.
Dredge.
Tell him what's up.
If I'm picking from all the protagonists that I know, he's getting picked last. That's all I'm saying.
I think Dredge would agree with you. Dredge would agree with you.
I mean, that's not an argument. Like,
that's not the argument, though.
Yeah, the argument is if Dylan's basically saying that if it was a clutch duel on the line, that Yuga has no chance, and that's just so incorrect. That's all it is.
Yes.
No, I would just text my mom goodbye. That's all. I don't.
Yeah, and you'd be wrong for it, because then Yuga's gonna show you up, and you're gonna go, hey, bro, now I'm gonna kill you. Now Yuga's get the little knife meme. He's gonna knife you.
Yeah. Well, unless it's against Luke.
Even against Luke, though.
No, I'm just kidding. He is.
If it was the season finale.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's facts.
Well, again, do I want him in any other duel? Not really. But if it's the season or series finale, yeah, I want him. He ain't losing.
He did. Well, he did faint against Gohai Yuga. You remember that?
He did.
Yeah, okay.
That's true. Yeah.
That's a no contest. That doesn't count.
No. Luke took. Thank God Luke was there, man. Because I don't know what would have happened.
Got the win.
Oh my God! Thank God.
I'm not. I already got
Dill,
rage bait. I'm not doing it
Still,
again.
in this Yuga situation, then like you're kind of taking after the philosophical traits of one Lil Wayne because you're prepared for the worst, but you're still praying for the
Still
best.
praying for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What's the next
Great
line
song.
in that song?
No.
No.
No. And no.
This
I think the
ga-
only swear he says in it is
this game.
no. Is that?
This game is a
Nick T.
something.
Yeah, that's right.
And then what's the line after that? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember a Lil Wayneology. I know you guys are Lil Wayneologists. I'm trying to remember the line.
We have 46
I put my
months
hand
from
up her
Pick
dress.
the Rick. Slifer Red.
Thank you. Pick
Love
Rick.
the duel between Mystery Duelist and Shin Goat. Oh God. Pick Rick apparently loves 0-9 Shin Goat.
Shingo.
Crazy.
Wait, can you
Bingo.
reread that? Pick Rick. Thank you so much.
Of course. 46 months, Slifer Red. Love the duel between Mystery Duelist, cough, cough, Dylan spoiled it, and Shin Goat.
Shin Goat.
Shingo.
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
new
a wild
one.
statement.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
it's
new
a new
one.
one.
That is a new one.
Don't
That
agree
is-
with that.
That is a new one. Shin Goat. Well, listen, Pick Rick, I appreciate it, and yeah, Shin Goat did not win in that duel, but maybe he'll win.
Yeah, we're not
later
sure
on
if
in
he's
the
gonna
show.
make it.
Wait, so he's 0. Well, technically speaking, in the first part of episode 7, he did win.
Well, but right, fully on screen.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying.
But yes,
so,
yes.
So what we're saying is he
talking-
doesn't lose. He's not. He does win.
Correct.
No, he's got I think a high win percentage as far as LDS goes, and
Yeah.
like his actual dueling record. It just when it comes to any
Yeah.
on-screen duels.
Yeah, no,
He's
he
not
doesn't.
good when the pressure's on. He's
Like
the
Dill.
opposite of Yuga.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, I was about to say. So if Shingo was dueling for you, you better call your mom and just tell her, hey,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
not even. I'm already dead, even though I'm calling you right now. That's
Yeah.
what it would be like if Shingo.
If,
Yeah, I
Shi-
do.
if I was in a situation where Shingo was dueling for my life, I would really be upset because I don't know what I did in life to deserve that sort of cruelty. Like at least with Yuga, like I'll give you that. Like yeah, he's a pretty clutch duelist, so I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Thank
But
you, I appreciate that.
someone like
Shocked you did.
Shingo,
Oh God,
It's
no.
over.
It's over.
What
It's
happened?
So over.
I'd rather freaking
Manjome.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'd much rather Manjome. Are you kidding? Manjome, I'd feel decent about. Actually.
You have a chance. You have a
Yeah,
chance.
I'd have a chance. No, seriously. Pick Rick, thank you for being a
God.
member. I greatly appreciate you. 46 months, that's awesome. Thank you, Pick Rick. Huge shout out once again to Rubens, who had one of the kindest donations I've received in the entirety of 2026
years.
in the last few months. Seriously, thank you so much, Rubens. Just saying, it's been a while. Still lurking. I know things are rough. Keep going. People like me still love lurking and watching. Thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much, Rubens, once again. Appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you. We are going to continue on with the donations here, and I believe we have one from the man himself, that man 666.
Yes, sir. Want me to read it?
Please.
Yeah,
Is
I
it a
got it,
devil
I got
dono?
I was
It
just
is a
interrupting. I'm not reading
666
anymore.
Devil Dono.
Beautiful.
And he said, would you agree that a battery-powered toy is bad for child development? Are toys better if they help incur imagination and creativity? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, battery powered
say
like what?
bad.
Like a drone?
I don't think
You're
we're
giving
giving
your
a
child a
small
drone?
child a drone.
Somebody mute
Isn't that
this
who they're-
guy.
Wait, they make drones for like cameras. Like I remember
So
I
that
remember
man
I-
followed up with that makes sounds. I think he's saying
He
Like-
means like Dylan. He means a battery-powered
Like-
toy. Like
like
they have
baby
a toy
kid-
and you hit a
baby
button
small
and it plays
child
music.
toys. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about like when you would drive around one of those trucks that had a camera in it and you would like spy on your parents.
So I'll take this
Oh.
one. I'll take this one. So
Like
as
from a
someone
spy
who
game or something.
Dredge was around
Ooh.
kids a lot.
I am too.
That's not true, but I did learn about child development in school on multiple occasions. So ideally, you want a combination. You don't just want toys that don't make sound. You want sounds because you want children to hear sounds and almost, use their imagination to figure out what they are exactly. Because sometimes they don't know what's coming from the toy. So you definitely, as much as you want to promote imagination, creativity. Children, want sounds. They need stimulus. You realistically want the brain to grow and expand. And if there's no sounds, nothing for them to kind of, other than just like the actual physical touch of it, it's not necessarily ideal. Now, that being said, could you probably have a child who has no sound or battery operated toys and they'll be fine? Yeah, it's definitely possible. And then the opposite could be said. Could you have someone who only has sound toys? I think that'd also be fine. So it's definitely an important part of development is hearing sounds, getting a response. Like, if they hit something, it makes a sound. Touch it. Yeah, it helps their brain grow and develop more as well. So I wouldn't say that they're bad for child development by any means.
No.
I think, giving a 2-year-old an iPad is a bad idea. I think giving 7-year-olds a cell phone and internet a bad idea. All right. Like if we're going like, for one, I'm talking babies, really small kids, you want that. Whereas, giving your kids iPads, cell phones really young, I don't think it's good.
Bad idea. That's
Agreed.
Yeah, I think me being like emphatic about it is like in my head, and I guess that's the importance of the question is defining battery powered and defining what area of child, like how old is this child and what stage of development. But like, if we're talking iPads, pretty much no for like, it's bad for like the first couple years. I'd say like don't even like a 7-year-old. It's like if you're just sticking your kid with an iPad, like, hey, here, go play. It's like, all right, like maybe encourage something else so they can develop in other ways.
Yeah, agreed.
But but like if we're talking like a ball that spins lights and plays music, a stimulus is a good thing. To Dredger's point, like stimuli are good.
Yep.
Yeah. It's all a balance at the end of the day. Because even when we were kids, like when you're a little kid, right, you're playing with whatever toys. They had toys that made music. As you get a little bit older, 6, 7, 8 years old, we were playing video games too, right? Like we would be like, can we go play video games? Like I want to go play N64. I want to go play GameCube, whatever it is. Like, but our parents, at least my parents, were always like, when I was younger, like, you only got to play for a certain amount of time. You can play until dinner and then you're done. And it's like, okay, it's 5 o'clock, dinner's at 6. I have an hour to play Mario Kart, and then me and my brother would be playing,
what a swab.
GTA 4 at 7 years old, though?
Well, I remember when we were young, Pete, actually, I wasn't allowed to have it. Pete came over, remember? And he brought it over to the house and he popped it in the PS3 and we were all playing GTA 4 in my parents' basement.
I don't think you were 7-year-olds playing GTA 4, but that's beside the point.
Well, considering we didn't also meet Pete until we were like 11.
Yeah, so many parts of the story just so untrue.
Yeah.
Dylan and I mean,
I always say this, and I respect it for him. The man makes himself laugh, so shout out to him.
Well, I will say this: what I would do, is I would like do a mix of all this. So I would like give my kid like not an iPad, but like a laptop, and I would open up Suno, and I would see what sick beats that the kid is able to create, and I think that would be like really good for his development.
Oh boy. Yeah, I take issue with that, mostly because Suno is what your preferred, like, let me see if my child will make sick beats with Suno and not, like, an actual music creation tool. Yeah.
Let's see if they can program an AI.
Let's see. I want my baby to learn how to use an LLM to make fake music.
I knew that one would get Nick T.
Oh, boy. But it is music. Come on.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm dead.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I think so what's the consensus?
You see, there's a balance. You can't have all of one and none of the other.
Agreed.
And I think that
a mixture of what we said, not what you said.
Yeah. Don't listen to Dylan, but
yeah.
Like because there's like, when we're little, we had action figures, but we also had a Game Boy. Like there was like 2 completely different sides of like toys we would play with, but at the end of the day, like, balance both.
What my parents used to do is they used to lock me and Dean in the basement, and until we got a certain amount of stars in Super Mario 64, we were not allowed to leave.
That would explain a lot.
And that taught us a lot about, there were times I remember we were hungry, but we knew we couldn't eat until we got, I think it was 66 stars.
Do you know what the worst part about this story is? I've heard this fucking story before.
No, because it's true. It's a true
No, because
story.
because you're starting to run out of fake stories. You have to reuse. That's
would
the
you explain
problem,
that
man.
him and
That's
Dean
how
are so
you
good at
know
games?
you've spewed some crazy stories in your life, and that we now have to reuse a made up story.
Judge, the whole point of reusing them is if he reuses them on camera multiple times, it starts to sound believable.
No.
let's
You start
read
to-
into
best
it almost,
part,
yeah.
that story I
Yeah,
don't even think I've ever
exactly.
told on stream. I think that was the story I've told off stream. The best part is there is a non-0% chance that my parents will watch this, and my dad,
Your mom will
my dad
freak.
was not happy about the story I told a couple years ago where I
the
said
New York story.
he took me to Times Square and then I said,
Yeah,
all right,
dude,
Let's
so-
do it.
find Penn Station. No, but he was always like a block away. Like he always had his eye on me. I just as an 8-year-old kid didn't know. And then when I got back to Penn Station, he popped up.
Yeah, literally, and then he tells you, Dylan, you can't say that. Child Protective Services would have came. Like, bro, what do we mean? Like, come on.
Your poor father, man.
Oh, dude.
That one cracks me up every time I think about it. Just
Dylan's literally dying. just saying
the
this.
concept of it. That man.
Hey,
Oh my God, that man! Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, child develop. I mean, listen, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something cool. I'm gonna make sure that my kid is ready to take over this channel. I'm not gonna give him this channel unless I feel he's earned it. And yeah,
be ready, yeah.
he's gonna be ready. He's gonna be ready. He's gonna have to. I'm gonna quiz him. A lot of people don't realize this, but he's gonna get a 500 page, not a 500 page. I'm sorry, a 500 question Yu-Gi-Oh anime trivia that I'm already working on. He has to get at least a 90. Otherwise, he is not taking over this channel. So he has to get 450 of those 500 questions right. If he can do that, it's all about the various Yu-Gi-Oh anime. He will get the keys to Yu-Gi-Oh everything. What do you make of that?
I don't think the kid's gonna show up for the test.
yeah.
He doesn't even want the channel.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely don't want the channel. I would just give back. Yeah.
No, I said I'm gonna make.
No, not you.
I'm working on a
Dylan's
test.
firstborn son.
Oh hell no, he doesn't want it.
Well, he's gonna get a 500 question written quiz.
Dylan, if you handed me that crap, I would just throw it in your face and walk away.
Yeah, I would not
It's
want
not
the
for you,
channel
it's
if
for
I
my
was
own
your
son.
You handed me that.
He doesn't want it for a 500 question test. How about this, Dylan?
He just
if
has to
you
get a
do
90.
the test in front of me, I'll think about it.
Okay.
All right, when do you want to get together?
You want to? I can make you a 500 question test on medical terminology and anatomy. We can have fun.
Oh no, that's like important stuff. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know about that.
Unbelievable.
Good point.
I didn't go to school. All right,
You did go to school. We were in classes together.
we've got a $5 donation from Axel
Went to Brooklyn
Hero.
together too.
Axel Hero. Axel Hero, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Thank you for the link, Dono, my man. Question specifically for Nick T. So
Ooh.
far,
That
with
can't be
what
good.
we've seen about Shingo, do you think he will be as important and inspiring in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 as Sho is in GX? How do you compare the two? Nick T, the floor is
boy.
yours.
Good luck, Nick T.
That's a tough question. That is a tough question because, unfortunately, the answer is no. Much to my chagrin. But it doesn't speak to Shingo, that doesn't speak to Sho's quality. Shingo is not the type of character that would end up inspiring or becoming important because he's used as a clownish antagonist, or like whatever he is. Whereas Sho is a what's the word? Spineless, worthless, like hack of a duelist who grows into something like that inspires. So like, I guess that's kind of like what the show wants him to do. So the answer is no, unfortunately.
By the way, he grows into that around episode like 165 of 180.
That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right.
That's crazy. Yeah, dude. Listen, I'm not the biggest Shingo fan. It's not even comparable, though. It really isn't. Oh my God, Axel Hero, you're too funny, man.
I love
Yusaku,
it.
thank you for the $2 donation. Thank you, Yusaku. Kids these days are growing up not playing physical Yu-Gi-Oh with each other, but rather in the virtual Duel Links world. Don't you think that's sad for child development and socialization? No more card trading at recess and no more fistfights. Well, I will say this. I kind of agreed with you until the no more fistfights part of the message.
Oh.
But that
You can
being
still
said, I think this is an issue that goes way beyond just Yu-Gi-Oh. I think social media has completely poisoned our society from the inside out. And I think the problem that you have is you have a lot of people on every single level, not just like young kids, every single level that are just not as involved in their community, not being like nearly as sociable as we once were as people. And like as human beings, we need that sort of socialness. We need to be able to talk to people and have a sense of community and a sense of purpose. And I think social media has completely rotted that from the inside out. I think technology has certainly exasperated that. And so I do think it's sad. Like, yeah, there's probably not much more dueling on the playground anymore. Like, that's not a thing. Everybody's got their phones and whatnot. So I think it's sad. I think it's an issue that goes well beyond Yu-Gi-Oh! However, but that's just my take. I mean, I hate social media. I think it's poisoned our society.
I agree. I don't even know what to add to that.
Yeah, no,
because
I mean,
you summed that up. That was something that went up pretty well.
I think there's good and bads to social media, but I think you're right in the sense that it's not used in a
right.
I think like the way it should be.
I think there's a tiny amount of good in social media. And I think the tiny amount of good is being able to like stay in touch with people you want to stay in touch with.
Exactly.
And ease of access there. I think that's a good thing. I think that's about the only good thing. And I think the problem is like that's not really what these companies are focusing on. They're focusing on pushing vitriolic content in your feeds, even if you don't want to see it. They're focused on dividing us as like people and as society. And at the end of the day, too, the mental state, like you follow someone on social media, it is a complete highlight reel that is designed to just make you feel bad about where you are in life and make you think that everybody is doing so much better than you, even though that's just not the reality of it. So I think it's a poison, but I don't disagree with you in the sense of like, I can see the good of it, but that's just, it's just not worth it.
I also enjoy it for the entertainment, like the creator part of it, like video, like funny videos and like things like that.
Like the ones I send you.
But like legitimately, even though some of those I don't like at all, and some of them I very much like, but like that stuff is like what I'm on social media for at this point is just to see funny memes or for me, like I would always use Twitter just to look at like for sports news.
Sure.
Like that's what I had always used it for, and then now it's just like you could barely even see what's on your own feed when you're on the sites.
And that's intentional.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It's like, I don't. That's why I deleted it. It's like, I don't follow. All the posts I'm seeing are not by people I follow. And they're all things I don't want to see.
Yep.
So that's when I'm out.
Yeah.
That's when I'm out.
It's it is a shame. Yusaku though, I'm not sure who that was, but I do think it's sad for child development and socialization. I think that's something though that is I think literally like every group of people, regardless of age, is struggling with in this day and age.
Yes.
And I think social
100%.
media plays a big part in that. We have two other super chats. I believe great Fui Weep, Nick T.
Yes, the great Fui Weep. Mine. Donated $5.
Thank you.
And they said, "Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Dylan, what's your favorite numbers monster? Mine is number 67, Paradise Smasher. Hashtag Justice for Shingo."
Hashtag Justice for Shingo. I'm not going to comment about that hashtag. What I zoned out. What did he say his favorite monster was?
Oh my god.
Number 67, Paradise Smasher.
Just so you know, that monster has been banned for a little bit in the game. And I know that
Prior to the meme?
I know that is not his. Prior to the meme, that monster was it did not get banned because of the meme. Although
I don't know.
Could you imagine Konami banned it
They're
because
like,
of the meme?
absolutely not.
My favorite numbers monster is probably Malevolent Sin or the Seven Sins. I just love the spider monster. So those are probably my favorite. I also love Ravenous Tarantula. I can't remember the name of it, but there's something so fun about like a 7,000 life point difference and Ravenous Tarantula hitting the field and boosting every monster on your field by the difference in life points, and all of a sudden you've got
Holy God.
10,000 attack point monsters on your field. There's something
love it.
really, really fun about that. So it's gotten me. They've gotten me over my fear of spiders, Ravenous Tarantula, and Malevolent Sin. So I will go with those two as my two favorite numbers monsters, and I don't think anybody else. Maybe Dredge.
I'll say 39 Utopia.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Good
Hey, wrong
pick.
Utopia. I mean, I could do like one of the Utopia, whatchamacallit, other versions, but we'll go with 39.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is a classic. It's certainly the most, I would argue, iconic number monster, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a classic. Fui Weep,
6-7.
thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much.
Paradise
Justice
Smasher.
for Shingo.
Paradise Smasher literally came up yesterday too when we were playing Master Duel. So literally,
Design is sick.
somebody, yeah, no, it is cool. But literally, somebody has mentioned number 6-7 Paradise Smasher now in back-to-back streams, which is concerning.
Then your audience knows you.
Yeah,
And then the final one I have on our end, anyway, I believe.
yeah.
Yep, is $5 from Ice Eden.
Wow, 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 wow.
Bump pressure.
Thank you, Ice Aiden.
Yes. And he said, "Hello. Would prefer a good girl character, but not a duelist or a girl boss, with that being her only personality. You can't have your cake and eat it."
Let me reread that.
I don't know if that was in regards to.
Ice Aiden, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure, but that may have just been a generic statement, which is of course always welcome here on the.
Of course,
Wednesday night show.
yeah. I wasn't sure if it. Yeah.
I would prefer a good girl character, but not a duelist or a girl boss, with that being her only personality. You can't have your cake and eat it too. The message is like kind of confusing me. I'm trying to like.
I think what Ice Aiden is saying is, would you rather have like a girl character that like her character is good but her dueling's really bad, or like a
He just
girl
doesn't
with a duelist,
No, I think
but she doesn't really have a
I think
personality.
he missed the.
I think
you.
you're just missing the word "you."
Yes,
Yep,
would
that
you
makes it all.
prefer? Because I thought he was talking about himself,
Yeah.
and that's what was confusing me.
Yeah,
Would
yeah.
you prefer a good girl character but not a duelist, or a
Yeah.
girl boss with that being her only personality? Like really good duelist but doesn't like really
Yeah.
develop. I would prefer a good girl character even if she wasn't a duelist, personally.
Same.
Agreed. You want
Yeah,
character development? I don't agree. With that.
I'd prefer character development. I do agree. Even though I do want to push against the phrase there at the end. You can't have your cake and eat it too. I mean, we have good guy characters that are also guy duelists, and I don't see a reason we couldn't have that. It's not
Right.
exactly having your cake and eating it. If
He
the
may
guy
just be
characters can
saying
be the
that
same way.
for the situation.
For the sake of the argument.
Yeah. Like saying,
Yeah.
if you can't have both, what would you take?
Yeah, that's fair. In general, you can and we should one of these
Yes.
days.
I mean, I would
Agreed.
argue.
No, we've had.
I would
We've
argue
had.
Roman and Yuumu both fit that category.
Exactly.
Good girl characters,
they
and
do.
they were like, I mean, I don't know if
Good
they were
duels in
like
their own right.
girl bosses, being like that being her only personality. I think
No.
I think Ice Aiden, yeah, I think the can't have your cake and eat. I think it's just like two bad things, right? Like
For this hypothetical,
singular
yeah.
personality, right? For this hypothetical, which I get, yeah. But no, I mean, I would argue that Yuumu and Roman both kind of broke that barrier, and
They
like
did.
Asana, I thought was very well written. Go Hyuna.
Bingo.
So I
Yeah,
thought
exactly.
I think now it'd be tougher to find girls like that in the Gallup shows. I think Akiza is definitely one, but then you start having to like twist and kind of ignore some major flaws with I think characters,
Yeah.
but
Hey, maybe Yuzu's going to be a great duelist.
maybe no. And listen, you know what? There are some people that love Yuzu. So and at this point in the show, I remember even beyond this point in the show, I actually thought that she may give Akiza a run for her money. And there's some
Yeah.
people that like would argue that Yuzu is better than Akiza. I mean, I've seen the take. I don't think it's a popular take, but I've seen the take. I've seen about every single take doing this for, 10 years now. So maybe one of you guys will feel that way. Obviously, Dredger is the only one here that has the context of 5Ds, but, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how you guys feel. That's what it's all about. Ice Aiden, greatly appreciate it. And it is funny because, you even think about Akiza, which, Dredger, to you, of the Yu-Gi-Ohs you've seen, Studio Gallop-wise, Akiza's the best girl for you?
Yeah, I don't think it's even... I don't think you can argue anyone else. Who else would you argue?
Some people would argue Alexis from GX. I would not.
What are they arguing?
I don't know.
Are they kidding?
I'm not sure.
Did they watch the same show as me?
I don't know.
I'll tell you there. That's wild. Alexis? Alexis.
There is a girl in Arc 5.
I think some are saying them for different reasons.
Maybe Nick T, but that still wouldn't depend
Not
on
me.
the character.
Not me. Not
Definitely
me.
you,
Because
that's
no, definitely she's a. Never mind.
Yeah, no. I know what you mean.
That's a child.
Yes.
is.
I know what you mean. But I mean, I've seen that take.
Yeah, it'd be wildly wrong.
And then there might be one. There's one girl in Arc 5 that maybe you could argue, but we'll get to her when we get to her.
We get to her. But is she the girl lead though?
No.
Exactly.
Although again, as I just said, I have seen people genuinely say Yuzu's the best girl lead in the Gallop Yu-Gi-Ohs. I have seen that take. So
yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, that's all. I mean, maybe I'll think Yuzu as well.
Yeah. Everybody's got their own opinion.
Agreed.
But yeah, I mean, listen, I'm in the same boat as you, Dredge. I'm not an Alexis Rhodes. I don't think she did anything in the show.
What did she do?
She slapped the guys around every now and then, which was funny. But
that's my issue. I'm
I don't
looking
think she
at what did the
developed at all.
character do development wise, plot wise, and then dueling wise, and she didn't do any of those three things very well.
We are at episode 66 in the watch along. I don't think she has another 1v1 on-screen win from this point on in the show.
Probably not. No, because she's not important.
There's 114 more episodes.
I know.
Jesus.
There's actually, it's crazy. You'd think she'd have at least one.
You'd think. Maybe I'm forgetting one, but even if it's
there's one against some no-name.
Which I think I looked it up and I was like, are you? Because I was like, she's got to have another win, and I looked it up and I don't think she does the last 100 something episodes, but yeah, I mean, some people, again, I think there's a nostalgia tinge there as well with her being she's the first girl duelist, main lead, because Taya is not a girl duelist. So
Agreed.
I think there is some nostalgia there for that.
Agreed. I agree from a nostalgia fact. Yeah.
But I'm not. Yeah, I think Akiza clears.
But
even
if you really have to get down to it,
I think Akiza clears. Even though, you look at Akiza too, and she has a bit of a downward turn in season in the second half. I don't think it's nearly as egregious as some of the others, but
I mean, she still gets some importance. That's because she's a signer, because she is on the D wheel team. There's factors that at least she's relevant. Whereas Alexis becomes literally irrelevant, unfortunately.
I mean, I would agree with it. I mean, her big...
It's sad, but...
all the duelists, I think, Manjome gets his big send-off win in Season 4. Sho gets his big send-off win in Season 4.
Definitely. Kaiser. Yeah.
Sorry, Nick T. But Asuka's big send-off win is a 2-on-2 duel alongside Jaden. It's not even a solo win. It's not even a solo moment for her. And then she has the opportunity to tell Jaden how she feels... And she doesn't do it.
Do that either.
And she doesn't do it. So I just
unbelievable.
Yeah, I've just never been the biggest fan of her writing. But anyway, I believe we have one more super chat here from the lovely Fui Weep.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. $5 from Fui Weep. Who said? Also, forgot to mention, super excited for the album drop soon, Nick T. I heard about it in the previous podcast. Yes.
Nick T, don't even respond to that yet, because I think this is actually a fantastic transition to where we were probably headed anyway. These three do some amazing work. I'll start by saying Pete, Clueless Gamers, YouTube. It'll be linked down below. All their stuff is linked down below. First and 10 podcast, NFL stuff. They'll do some draft coverage soon, I'm sure. Nick T, tell us about the album. Tell us
Take it
about what's
away,
going on
baby.
in your world, man. It's all yours.
So
Little D is
yes,
great.
the rumors are true. I'm dropping not just soon, and despite me not promoting it or posting about it, I'm dropping it in a week from Friday.
Oh my god.
I
It's in 9
plan on
days.
doing it's
Oh,
9
yeah.
days, so it's coming out soon.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be on all streaming platforms. It's called Spellbroken.
Nice.
I plan. I'm looking at the logistics, trying to figure it out. But I plan on doing a Twitch stream at twitch.tv/namelingnj now. By the way, name change.
Hey, that's what we're
Ooh.
looking for.
No longer fighting moms.
Thank God.
No longer fighting moms. So I'm gonna do an overhaul of that channel. I plan on doing maybe like my previous music streams have been sort of me and my guitar plugged in directly. Might try to do a little bit more full production to kind of give the album its day in the sun. And that we can celebrate the album. It'll be available for purchase and stream. From that day on, and then maybe some other stuff when I get back from Costa Rica, some other namely related things like physical media and T-shirts. So who knows?
Nice.
Awesome.
Who knows? Be on the lookout. Thank you for bringing that up, Weep. I appreciate
Hell
that very
yeah.
much.
Thank you, Flames.
Let's go.
Calabrese.
9 days, baby. We gotta get a countdown clock. Wait, Dill. We gotta move. We gotta change the countdown clock.
No, you don't change.
We gotta change the countdown clock.
We might have to change it
Might have changed the countdown clock.
for the
How
next
will
Wednesday
you know
night
how
stream.
many days?
I'll change
Next Wednesday night, we'll have the countdown on there. Yep, I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
Don't forget to set it back after.
We whoa, we won't forget that.
We
You don't have to
won't.
worry about
You
that.
I appreciate that.
I'm freaking dead. That's good.
Calabrese.
Crazy.
Yeah, nothing in the works for me to self-promote, so I'll slide this one over to the Dredgenator.
Don't worry, I'll slide right in. Dredgenator stream at
slide right in.
twitch.tv/Dredgenator. We've been playing Bloodborne. We actually started the DLC and actually made some great progress back on Monday evening. I actually might do, for me, a mini marathon stream this Saturday. I believe my wife, is working, and then she actually has plans. So I might do my first, I don't think I've ever done like an 8-hour stream. So we might be doing that. That might be. I don't know if I can beat the DLC in 8 hours. I still have to beat. I think it's three.
I think you can.
1, 2, 3 more mandatory boss. Well, one is apparently the hardest boss I'm ever gonna fight. So that's not ideal.
Well, it's funny because there are a decent amount of people that would say the optional boss in the DLC is harder than Orphan of Kaz. I don't agree with that, but some people would argue it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna fight that
it's the
boss,
two
we'll see.
hardest bosses in the game by far.
Yeah, so that's the thing too. Is we'll see, but I definitely need to. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do a mix of some Bloodborne. We'll do some Yu-Gi-Oh, some Fortnite, some Pokemon. We'll figure it. Maybe
stuff.
I did some Master Duel, but yeah, we'll definitely be live this Saturday for a bit of the day. So hopefully, if you're around, you can come by.
Dredgenator, please check him out tomorrow. You might be wondering. By the way, next week, 9, 10, and 11 of Arc 5 Analysis.
Oh yeah.
Very excited.
Tomorrow, Master Duel versus Chat. GX watch along, and then we'll probably do a new game on Thursday. We'll do something. I'm not sure what it's going to be
Ooh,
yet.
we got a new game tomorrow.
A new game. And then yes, and then on Friday we are going to do Digimon Beat Break watch along. Maybe something on YouTube as well, but I'm expecting a new couch to come that my dad is also driving to Delaware to help me set up and build.
Nice.
So it all depends on when that shipment is coming. So stay tuned to the Discord or just come by the stream tomorrow to get the schedule for that. I want to thank these three, Dredger, Calibro, Nick T. Shout out to Pete as well. Pete did not end up making it, but I'm sure we'll hear from him next week.
Yeah.
And a huge thank you to everybody who donated, everybody who super chatted. Huge thank you, especially to Rubens with the insanely generous donation using the link. Rubens, you don't know how much that means to me. Thank you so much. Thank all of you guys for donating. I seriously would not be able to do this without you, and I would not be able to do it without the three men to my bottom right, and bottom. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 Analysis episodes 7 and 8. Yuto and the LDS trio. We'll see you next week for episodes 9, 10, and 11. Thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing day.
Take
Take care, guys. Have a great night. Thank you so much.
Night.